You know who it is. Actually, let's change it up. Assalamu alaikum, my Pharaoh familia. Hello, all my Muslim brothers and sisters. The holy month of Ramadan is upon us. For all my non-Muslim brothers and sisters out there, in case you're wondering, Ramadan is actually one of the holy months in the Islamic religion. And essentially, it's a month where people think we just abstain from eating and drinking, but it's a lot deeper than that. It's more about self-control, self-discipline, and self-improvement more than all, right? Becoming that person that you generally want to become. So if this is something you guys are interested in, stay tuned, you found the right video. So during Ramadan, we will fast from sunrise to sunset. Generally, that'll be around 4 o'clock in the morning to about 8 o'clock at night. That's 16 hours. 16-hour fast, very similar to intermittent fasting. However, you can't drink anything either, as well as many other things in the religion, but that's for another video. What to do when it comes to your training during Ramadan? If you can't eat, you can't drink, how are you supposed to keep your gains, right? Well, right off the bat, first tip I can give you is this month, please don't look at it as a month trying to become an IFBB pro to really take your physique to the next level, because you really have to sit and ask yourself about priorities, right? What is really at the top of the priority list? And this month only comes once a year. Our main goal during this month is to just maintain as much size and muscle as possible while really limiting how much body fat we increase, you know? It's difficult when we eat so late in the day, because what do we usually do right after we eat? We'll fall asleep and all that food is just sitting in our stomach. Since we're fasting throughout the day, we're really not burning too many calories from the low energy. What I'll do is right off the bat, I'll wake up, and if I don't have work, if I don't have anything to do, I'll just wake up casually. I won't set an alarm. I'll just go and I'll do all the mindless activities, right? Mindless activities include foam rolling and stretching. Real quick, real easy, and I'll usually do that while I'm watching a video on my phone. Nothing too strenuous, right? If I try and save these later in the day, a more than likely chance that I'm gonna end up not doing it because I'm so hungry or so tired. And it's bound to kick in. It's fatigue, you know? While I'm fasting, I'm spending this entire day fasting, and I feel like a lot of us think, oh, what should I do? We don't want to be on our phones. So I'll have it all planned so that way when mealtime comes, no excuses. The biggest problem that I see during Ramadan is we won't really portion control too much. We'll just eat till we're full. And the problem is when we're eating so quickly after we haven't eaten the whole day, you're gonna overeat. So portion control is key, and you really wanna have those meals prepared ahead of time. And if you're still hungry, guess what? You can just have that second meal not too far after. As long as you're calculating your macros and making sure that everything is consistent, then you won't necessarily gain any of that extra body fat. It's hard, you know, when you're with family and all these events, all these functions, and we wanna hang out, but moderation is key. Don't forget. Cool. So now 8 o'clock hits and one of two things will happen, right? Gyms close early on the weekend. So what I'll do is I will work out right up until it's sunset. And then when sunset hits, I'll break my fast and continue working out, or have my first meal. If it's not the weekend and the gyms don't close early, then I just have to find a gym that closes late enough for me to get my training in, right? So I figure if I eat by 8, by the time I sit and digest, I should get to the gym by 9. And then from 9 to hopefully 12, I'll get all of my cardio in as well as my weight training in. It's really easy, it's really simple. The hard part is just kind of having that plan, right? And the biggest tip that I can give for you guys is just have that plan. Know exactly what you're gonna hit. Literally idiot-proof your plan, right? So that way there's no room for error. You know exactly what you're gonna eat, you know the times you're gonna eat it, you know what you're gonna train, you know exactly what exercises you're gonna do, and you can progress. The more you keep consistent, the easier it is to kind of grow from it, right? Because then all you have to do is just slowly but surely just incrementally increase your volume or load over time. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy and you guys will get the bodies of your life, but you do wanna kind of prioritize and really spend this month and thinking about what really matters to you and really try to get in tune with your body, you know? I'm gonna really spend this time trying to get as flexible as possible because it's not something that I've ever been good at. Another thing is functionality. Functionality is gonna be key for me. I feel like I'm just becoming a big muscle head that can't move. So really think about your goals. Like I said earlier, see what your priorities are and adjust accordingly. So now here are a couple of my tips for you guys when it comes to Ramadan. Number 1, do not overeat when it comes to your sunset meal. So when it comes to breaking your fast, do not overeat. That will screw you over. Because what are we doing after we eat? We're going to the gym, and you don't want to feel sluggish. So you want to have a meal that digests easy, doesn't sit too much in the stomach, lets you go straight to the gym, get your workout in. Tip number 2, and this kind of goes along with tip number 1. Before you start eating, just chug a big old glass of water. And that'll help. It will, 1, show you how truly hungry you are in case you're dehydrated. And 2, it'll take up more room in your stomach, so that way when you do go train, you're not really just bloated and feeling like crap. Number 3, during this month, you really want to be sure, because if we're only eating from 8 p.m. to 3 or 4 in the morning, you want to try to avoid as many fried foods as possible. Avoid foods that are really high in sodium, because what that'll do is when you wake up, you'll feel that dryness in your throat. You can't drink water to help you get through it, so you want to have food just moderately. Sodium is not a problem, but you don't want to go too high in sodium, because that's when you get that dry, oh my god, I need water feeling. Especially if you've had Chipotle and you wake up the next morning, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And my last tip, stay hydrated. Have electrolytes. Electrolytes are key. Flashback to when I was in the grocery store. Electrolytes are key. Major key. What are we not doing too much of during the day? Drinking, right? In this 6-hour period, try to get enough water in for the day. You still want to make sure that you're still hydrated enough, right? Especially while you're working out, pre and post. So those are my tips. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on Ramadan. Hopefully I could have filled you guys in a little bit more, taught you guys something you didn't know. If you guys have any questions about what I do during Ramadan, what you should do, please don't hesitate to ask. Write it in the comment section below. And if you like the video, please do like the video. Comment, subscribe. Till next time, my Pharaoh fam. Peace.